Hey everybody, good afternoon. This is Tammy with the Forgiveness Connection, and I am here for your episode number 21 of Forgiveness on the Fly. So today we're going to talk about addictions, and we're going to do some affirmations and forgiveness statements that I would do in the office with someone that comes in and they're dealing with an addiction, whether that be a drug addiction or a shopping addiction or a Netflix addiction or a food addiction. Addictions are all operating off the same idea that this thing I'm doing is replacing another activity or behavior, and there is an elated feeling on this thing, whether it's actually helping my life get easier or harder. An addiction is an elated feeling. So here we go. Let's go ahead and begin. I forgive myself for believing I need this addiction in my life. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing this addiction is necessary for me to not feel the pain of the relationship I'm hurting from. And deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing this addiction isn't hurting anybody else, so it's not that bad in my life. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for the times I traded one addiction for another. Deep breath in. I forgive the people who've judged me harshly about my addiction because it's a big one. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing that my alcohol addiction is any different than somebody's Netflix addiction. And deep breath in. I say yes to this addiction and the pain it's causing in my life. And I call it all up out of every cell of my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I release it to divine. Deep breath in. I forgive the generational addictions that are in my family lineage. Deep breath in. I forgive the generational addictions of suicide or alcoholism or misogyny or divorce that are in the generations before me. Deep breath in. I say yes to the generational addiction, and I tell the generational members before me, I've seen and I've heard and I've felt the pain of this, I'll use alcohol addiction, and that I want to release that for our generation today. Deep breath in. I forgive this generational addiction to alcoholism that keeps me wanting to drink to forget the pain in our life. Deep breath in. I forgive the generational addiction to alcoholism that has me not wanting to feel the emotions of sadness or the emotions of loss or the emotion of anger, and instead has me drinking so that I can feel like the life of the party. Deep breath in. I call up this generational addiction and release it from the soul of our family. And that opens massive space where we can show up authentic. We can show up within the control of our own emotions, not having to use alcohol or substances to feel something different than what we're feeling. And deep breath in. I forgive myself for the times I've used alcohol or an addictive substance so that I didn't have to feel the pain of my life. Deep breath in. I forgive myself for the times I've used alcohol so I could actually feel instead of being numbed up and checked out of this painful situation that I'm in. And deep breath in. I ask the people that I've hurt with my behavior to forgive me for having to use alcohol to deal with them. Deep breath in. I ask the people in my life to forgive me for the addictions I have used not to feel the pain of our relationships and our family. And deep breath in. I forgive the family members that didn't pay attention to me and weren't there for me and didn't have time for me, and my behavior of going towards an addiction in order to feel something from somebody. Deep breath in. I forgive this addictive substance for controlling me. Deep breath in. I forgive this addictive substance for taking hold of me and I'm going to say having me in a noose and me not being able to get away from it. And deep breath in. I forgive the spiritual darkness that's connected to an addiction. And deep breath in. I pray over this spiritual darkness and this controlling, demonic, addictive entity. And I ask God to release me from this control. And deep breath in. I ask God to forgive me for choosing the addictive substance and the demonic control over his peace and his calm and his understanding, because I either didn't know it existed or I didn't know how to get close to him. I didn't think I deserved him. And deep breath in. I forgive myself for believing the people that did the addictions with me, that they cared about me, and that was the only love I was deserving of. And deep breath in. I forgive the addiction for taking loved ones from me, for taking jobs from me, for taking my sanity from me, for taking my health from me, and for making me believe God wouldn't want me. Deep breath in. I forgive this addiction for trying to take me out, for almost killing me, and for my belief now that I can use food or control or perfectionism or a Netflix addiction and that will be better than this other bad addiction. Deep breath in. I ask God to remove all the addictions from my life. Deep breath in. I say yes to my addiction to pride, or to telling me I'm doing a good job, or my addiction to people telling me I look good, or my addiction to my weight and what it is and what people say about me. And I release all of that prideful behavior out of every cell of my body, mind, and spirit. Deep breath in. Without holding space for this addiction and believing I had to keep it, I'm free to open massive space where I can settle into my life feeling good about who I am without alcohol or without this addictive substance controlling me and making me the life of the party. And deep breath in. Without this pattern, I'm free to acknowledge to my generational family members that I've seen the addiction, that I've felt it, that I've seen the pain of it, and that I'm releasing it today. And I want that healing for myself and for every other member of our generation. Deep breath in. I say yes to good boundaries and taking healthy care of my body, mind, and spirit. Deep breath in. Without this pattern, I'm free to take action out of love for my body. And because I love my body, I don't use any addictive substances to give control to something other than myself and God. And deep breath in. I love and accept myself, even though I'm afraid I'll always deal with addictions in my life. Deep breath in. I love and accept myself, even though I'm afraid I'll mess up and I will drink again, or I will go back to perfectionism again, or I will use buying things again as a way of feeling good about me. Deep breath in. I love and accept myself letting go of all my addictions. Deep breath in. I love and accept myself letting go. Deep breath in. Okay, guys, that's it for today. That was the forgiveness for addictions and bad habits. And again, this is Tammy with the Forgiveness Connection, where forgiveness is key. Stay tuned for another episode tomorrow of Forgiveness on the Fly, and I'm shooting for 3:30 tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. Bye.